Okay, I'm calling the meeting to order at 3:07. And do we do roll call next?
Yes.
Okay.
Spencer, you want to start the roll call?
That would be-
Do you want to request that the staff, the
Oh, has
Kansas
it,
Open Meeting Act?
Open Meeting Act, yeah. Did everybody get communications?
Yes, we can
Yes, we
verify
did.
that the communication has been properly posted by the staff.
Okay.
If Spencer wanted to start roll call?
Chairperson Oakes, Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Daly,
Here.
Commissioner Cumberland,
Here.
Commissioner Eklund, Vice Chairperson Dr. Margaret Finger,
Here?
and Commissioner Rickman.
Here.
It looks like we've lost one. Do we still have?
We lost Taya.
We did lose Taya, yeah.
So we do not have a quorum at this point now.
Technology's supposed to be our friend.
Yes, it is.
When it works.
Yeah.
Here she comes back.
Okay.
It appears that we have, and Taya Smith, if we could get, we're doing roll call. Commissioner Smith?
It says our audio is connecting.
For the record, we see Taya Smith present, and I think she can hear us, even though she is unable to connect by audio yet. We can see her face and see her gestures. So I would say we have a quorum. Oh,
She disconnected.
she just disconnected again.
Maybe she's doing it to try and get the audio to work, yeah.
Well, there she is again.
Third time's a charm, right?
Let's hope.
Commissioner Smith is present again.
Whoa. Sometimes finding that mute button is tough.
Can you hear us, Commissioner Smith? If you can hear us, we will count this as a quorum. Can you nod your head or give us a thumbs up? Can you hear us?
There
There it is.
Okay. If you can hear us, Taya, Commissioner Smith. Well, now she's visible, and it looks like she's still on and connected. She still appears to be connected.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She did give a thumbs up.
And she had given a thumbs up. We will, if we'll count that as a quorum. And we'll say she still appears to be connected. Everything looks kosher, so I would say we now have a quorum.
Can she contact and chat, the chat function, so that we can make sure?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So we have, I just want to make sure our record is clear.
Good idea.
Need some Jeopardy music.
It looks like she's still connected.
She has a little microphone like she's muted now, so maybe her audio is working.
Yes, yes, I see that too, just like the others, so.
I requested that she unmutes. call her?
Since she's doing it from her phone, I'm not sure if that will work.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me just a second. I'll
Here you
try.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
there we go.
I
Yes.
can hear you. Yay. So we can count ourselves out of quorum. Okay.
I was trying. I'm sorry.
We could see you, so now we can't see you, but at least we can hear you, and we know you have, you're here, present.
Okay.
So now we have the 5 required for a quorum. So the roll call has been completed if we want to move to the next agenda item.
Okay, so the next would be approval of minutes?
Correct.
Yeah.
The minutes for February 2nd were in the packet.
I would move to approve the minutes from the February 3rd meeting.
I think that was wrong on the agenda there. That it should be the February 3rd meeting minutes. Stand
Yes.
corrected on the,
I second.
it's been approved and seconded.
Okay.
Do we have any opposition?
Or questions? Okay, is it up to me to approve the minutes?
If no one objects, then you
Okay,
can
all right.
say approval,
Okay, all right.
accepted.
The minutes are approved and accepted. And I believe the next thing is new business.
That is correct.
Okay. But it looks like, from what I saw,
We have one person in the hearing room, and but there's no public hearing. No one's here for public hearing, and no one's online for public hearing.
okay.
So no public hearing items under new business. That was the only agenda item under new business.
Okay.
We moved down, or the other was administrative items, which there are none, and preliminary discussion items, none. And we moved to unfinished or other business, agenda item 4.
Okay.
Survey results.
Oh, okay. Survey results.
Agenda item 4.1, survey results. We've been provided in the packets, as a more detailed summary of the survey was compiled by staff, and I think that can stand for the record as far as for the packets. I don't know if anyone had any questions. There were 52 responses, and they've been summarized in there. There's some graphs provided. I don't know if Spencer can put it up. Did you bring it so you can put it up? No. So from that, we have the majority of the respondents were between 50 and 70. There were 22 respondents. And then the next category between 30 and 50. Of those 50, between the ages of 30 and 50 years old, there were 19 of the 52 respondents. There were 9 respondents between 18 and 30, and 1 under 18, and 1 over 70. So the strongest, vast majority of individuals replying to the survey were between the ages of 30 and 70. The number with a disability were 14, so 27%. The number who had a close relationship or provide assistance to person with a disability were 34, so 65%. And only 6 of those individuals did not know about the ADA, so 84%, over 88% were aware of the ADA. Of those individuals, let's see, 17 were neutral as far as rating concerns relating to housing and acceptability. 9 had very little concerns, 11 had no concerns. There were 15 with some concerns that were above the neutral side of that, out of 52. The question then was, could your current resident accommodate someone who uses a manual wheelchair or walker? And it said whether they could use a manual wheelchair or walker to do specific activities. So 29 said they could use, in their current residence, someone could use a main floor kitchen or prepare food. 32 said they could access a main floor bedroom using a walker or wheelchair. 26 of the 52 participants could access a main floor bedroom. And 16 could enter the home from the outside on those current residents. When asked if people would like to learn more about accessibility for their home, 40 did not need to have more information and 12 would like. So 23% expressed an interest in more accessibility information. Public awareness and accessibility. Participants were asked to rate attitudes or behaviors towards people with disabilities in Salina. 4 said very accommodating. 14 said somewhat accommodating, 24 were neutral, 9 said somewhat negative, and 1 said was a very negative response. Do they have any challenges accessing local businesses or facilities in Salina? Those without a disability, 24 responded no, and 14 responded yes. Those responding with a disability, 8 said no and 6 said yes. Most of the complaints were about the Salina Mall not having automatic doors. 5 of the concerns were about downtown having no access for wheelchair loading or sidewalk accessibility close to attractions. And some of the complaints were walkways in stores too narrow, but specific stores were not mentioned. And then 4 complaints regarding automatic doors at businesses other than the mall, so outside the mall, the automatic door systems. Those were the majority of the issues, to summarize. Going on to public support, how would you rate Salina's compliance with the requirement of the ADA? 4 said exceptional compliance, 9 said high compliance, 27 said moderate compliance, and 7 said little, and 0 said not at all.
That's good.
So, and ask if individuals, the awareness about agencies and resources advocating for persons with disabilities. 19 said no, but 33 said yes. And then some of the agencies' names, there's a whole list. I won't go through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's almost 28 listed agencies. So I think there was a pretty healthy awareness. We can take that away. Then accessibility challenges and concerns. The greatest challenges for individuals with disabilities, 9 mentions of lack of accessible parking, 9 mentions of inaccessible sidewalks, 4 mentions of transportation, especially during non-business hours, accessible transportation, and then 4 mentions of automatic doors again. The rest were just kind of one-off mentions. And then other accessibility concerns or needs, and again, this is all detailed in the information that's public information that was in the packet and is posted for everyone's use, but I'm just kind of summarizing for this meeting and the record verbally. There were 7 mentions of sidewalks on other concerns and 4 mentions of accessible parking. So those are kind of the target areas, which I think we had mentioned before we finalized the survey in our last meeting, kind of some of these areas of concerns compared to the survey.
And what a lot of people don't know is, as far as ADA, as long as efforts are being taken to address things, there's a plan,
Yes.
then that's compliance. So sometimes you have to be patient and wait for the process to happen. But
And Commissioner Finger and I met with the city engineer to work on some of that and continuing to work on that plan. I think that is one of our goals for this year. Since the office had a complete turnover, it's taken us a little bit of time, but now I think we're ready to kind of start working more with engineering on that, and hopefully.
and I think a lot of people, like I said, are just fine as long as they know it's being addressed, it's looked at. Sometimes things can't happen immediately.
But that is all on the report. If there aren't any questions from any of the commissioners, that's all I have further on the report.
I know, just to mention, one of the common complaints regarding accessing local businesses, having no allowance for wheelchair loading or sidewalk accessibility close to downtown attractions. I actually did hear it mentioned at a commission meeting, probably 2 weeks ago. I think Commissioner Hoppick mentioned that. So I think it's being thought about, which is outside of this. It's being
Yes.
thought about, which is good.
Yes.
I think it was just an initial concern. There was no action taken or anything, but
Thank you for sharing. I don't know if anyone has any other concerns or questions about this survey.
I'm surprised at how many people completed the survey that didn't have a disability.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Just as general statement,
Yeah.
not really a question. I'm just, genuinely surprised at how many that
Took the
didn't have
time.
a disability took the time to do the survey. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It just surprises me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know too many people that don't know someone, even if it's not them,
Yeah.
so. That is all I had as far as the report goes. I don't think no action needs to be taken on the report at this time, so if we want to move on to the next agenda item.
Fair housing seminar update.
Yes, if we could, just a brief moment to update how the Fair Housing Seminar went and what we did with regard to this board. We did present a table there, and I know Commissioner Oakes was there for a little while, Chair Oakes. We had a table, a booth, and encouraged participation and encouraged and talked about at the seminar a little bit that there were openings on this commission and all the commissions really for the city. But we had a booth and the staff prepared a display that talked about what this board did and the openings and had some brochures there. So we have not heard that anyone has signed up since then, but we encourage them to go to the city's website and get involved. So we had a booth for this commission and our other commission, the Human Relations Commission. So that went well. We ended up overall with a little over 50 enrolled participants. A couple didn't show up, but I think we had 51 actually show up, so that was good. And then we had a few with the speakers and the staff and the volunteers that we had. We ended up with over 60 individuals there. So since we had not had it live since 2019, I think we were pleased with that number. It seemed like it was a good day. It ran pretty smoothly for our first time. We were very happy with that. The first session was all about accessibility. We had some local individuals there to present on resources for accessibility and what type of resources were out there to help individuals with disabilities. So there was someone from OCCK and someone from Independent Connections, and then someone from Accessible Home Health. And so they gave a broad presentation of how to help people in their homes and stay in their homes, what kind of services were out there. I thought it was a very good session. Also some other services that people might not think about to help with employment, some of what's available out there with technology. It wasn't by any means comprehensive. It was a short session, but at least it kind of opened the door and provided some information to individuals and a good breadth of individuals. So those were the two main things. The rest of the day was about, a lot of it was focused, of course, on fair housing. So that was kind of the theme and what tied everything back to the event. But it was well received. We were thankful to be done with our first one on the staff, and we thought it went really well, and already planning for next year, analyzing those surveys and what we would need to do next. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I wish Commissioner Oakes could have been here. She could have shared more of her insight. She was there for part of the day. So that concludes my report if I don't have any questions from the other commissioners.
I can't think of any.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, remains to be seen if we'll get some, we tried really hard to recruit new commissioners, more involved people. So that concludes that item of business then. And the next item is the public forum.
Public forum?
And I will ask, just confirm with staff for the record, we don't have anyone on for the public forum, do we?
We do not have anyone.
And I don't see anyone but the guest that appeared with one of the commissioners in the audience today. So I would say Commissioner, or Acting Chair, we do not have any public forum or anyone here to speak.
Okay. So I guess we call adjournment?
Yes, a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Rickman has moved to adjourn,
I second.
and Commissioner Smith has seconded that for the record.
Okay. And do we vote on it, or
If-
all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Okay, all right, we'll
It
adjourn.
concludes.